everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make the fastest, easiest vegan whipped cream ever. At this stage you need 2 ingredients. Coconut oil. Make sure you get refined coconut oil. Sometimes it's labeled cooking coconut oil. It is firm when it's cold and you can melt it into a liquid. So make sure it's refined coconut oil so we don't get that yucky coconut oil taste at the end. And soy milk. So you can use any soy milk that you like. It really does not matter in this recipe. So we want a 1-to-1 ratio. So that means the same amount of melted coconut oil as soy milk. So that's really important. So we want the exact same amount, 1-to-1 ratio. And we want them to be at this stage around about the same temperature. So once you've melted your coconut oil, it should be, slightly warm, about 25 degrees. And we want the soy milk to be about that as well. We don't want cold soy milk straight out of the fridge because when we start to emulsify them in a minute, which is what we're going to do to get this cream, it's going to chill the coconut oil down and you're going to get lumps. So what we want to do is we're going to take a high-speed blender, and you really do need one with a top on it. So if you have a bullet style blender that you can't open the lid of, this is probably not going to work very well for you. So ideally we want a high speed blender where you can take the top off, the lid off. And we're going to start with the soy milk in the blender. So put it in without it on, all of it. And then what we're going to do, I'll tell you now before it starts, is we're going to very slowly emulsify the coconut oil into the soy milk. So I'm going to turn it on and it's going to be noisy, so we won't do it at the same time. That means I'm going to take the lid off. As the blender is running, I'm going to very slowly pour the coconut oil into the soy milk, and that's going to emulsify it. So here we go. Okay, so what we're left with after we've emulsified those 2 ingredients, so same amount of each, is a very thick cream-like substance. So it's almost like thickened cream. It's not like whipped cream just yet. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put this into the fridge for a little while. It doesn't matter how long, you can do it well in advance if you like, a few hours in the fridge. Put it into a metal bowl and put the whipping attachments from whatever you're going to use to whip them up in the bowl with it. Chill the whole thing. So when we bring it out later on, everything's going to be nice and cold. So at this point, we've just got that thickened cream. I'm going to go pop this in the fridge and we'll bring it out in a little while. Okay, we've pulled our cream out of the fridge. It's been in there for just a couple of hours. Now, you can use whatever you would normally use to whip your cream. So hand mixer like this one, a stand mixer. All we're going to do is we're just going to whip it up. So basically nothing tricky about this. The only few things to take note of is that the cream needs to stay cold. So if it starts to heat up too much, because this can take a little while depending on what machine you're using to whip it up, or if you're hand whisking, that's going to take ages. If it starts to warm up, then you need to put it back into the fridge and bring it out. And you'll know if it's starting to warm up because you'll see that it's just getting looser instead of thicker. Another trick that you can do is get a larger bowl, put some ice and a little bit of water in that larger bowl, and then put the bowl that you're using to whip in that bowl so that you've basically got an ice bath for the bowl. If you're in Lithgow this time of year or further into winter, you're not going to have to worry about something like that because it's cold. Okay, I'm going to start the whipping and here we go. Okay, so just before it's completely ready, I'm going to put in some vanilla bean paste. Set that on the spoon just a little bit. So we just want to kind of fold it in. I am going to turn the blender back on. So just a little bit of vanilla bean paste. And we're going to put a little bit of icing sugar in at this point as well. So just a little bit. It really depends on how sweet you want your cream. If you're having it with scones and jam or something like that, you might want to keep it on the less sweet side. I think as opposed to dairy cream, from what I remember of dairy cream, although it's been a while, you do need a little bit of sweetness with this. Like, it just kind of takes the edge off that coconut taste. when you use the refined coconut oil, you shouldn't really get much coconut taste at all at the end. But you know, it depends on how sensitive you are. So I'm just going to finish that off with just a little bit of a whip at the end. You can over whip this cream, so just be careful once you get to the end. All right, there we go. Delicious vegan whipped cream. This whipped cream goes perfectly with my vegan passion fruit cake that I have posted the recipe for as well on the channel, so go have a look at the other recipes. Both of them are super quick, super easy, and they make an awesome dessert together.